to try the Jags playbook.
Coach, we are 15 miles due west of the Atlantic, nestled in downtown Jacksonville at TIAA Bank Field. A few minutes prior to us coming on air, this crowd was jolted into action with the introduction of these Jaguars. They're set for football as the Jags are ready to match up with the Kansas City Chiefs. Josh Lambo now ready to put this one in the air. And off we go from Jacksonville. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Exposed loss against the Dolphins? Yeah. Oh, that was the old ball. What?
Wow, bro. You see that, right? It says no coverage. Right, bro?
Yellow. Here we go. Same team.
Go, 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 43.
Bravo.
They better not do that cheese shit this game.
Mahomes now on first down.
There's
the first NFL catch for the former Georgia Bulldog, Mecole Hardman.
That nigga scored on the first play of Mecole Hardman.
And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Mecole Hardman, his first NFL reception goes for 6, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
Motion, pop. I don't need to.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. And they're going to get 2 more. He's got it. So that didn't take long. Quickly 8-zip. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
Yeah, Fournette hurt. Oh, who the fuck this running back is? Kendrick Brown? Who the fuck is running back here?
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it now. This is Charkandrick West.
I should have.
Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I doing that $10.
One underlying storyline between these two teams is that the Chiefs head coach Andy Reid, he knows a lot about Nick Foles, the Jags QB. He drafted the quarterback when he was calling the shots in Philadelphia and later would sign him to Kansas City as a backup in 2016. But Kansas City, they have won the last 4 in this series, including a 30-14 victory a year ago at the time that got the Chiefs to 5-0 on the young season. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 39-yard line. Working out of the gun, Winston.
Oh.
He rifles one that's intercepted.
I should have lined it.
Picked up by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. He was looking for Paul Richardson there. Not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know the fans are thinking right now, I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Motion, motion, motion. Attack. Alpha.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes taking a deep shot here.
Ah, that nigga scored twice on one play on me. This game about to get nasty. I got tipping so hard.
Mecole Hardman making quite a splash with his second touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Chiefs strike quickly here for 6 points.
What we got? 58, right over there, right over there. Zoom, fellas, let's go. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, G. 58, boys, 58, 58.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And they're going to get it. That one's caught.
Hey, got Tyreek Hill
moves to 16-0.
Crazy.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And that'll
carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Especially if your secondary ain't up, it's like, damn.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game. And typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early. Probably not very deep into their script. I think they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
I'm about to tell you right now, I'm going to pick him.
From the 27, Winston.
What the fuck was that?
And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Oh boy, partner, did that just happen? I've got my hand
over
my
Come on,
eyes right
James.
now because, like him, it's going to haunt my dreams too. He was wide open. How did he overthrow him there?
Defensively, just very lucky. You know that they got away with one there. On 3rd down, Winston. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
All you gonna do is cover forward and catch up. This nigga turned cheesy as hell, man.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
I don't think he's gonna make it too long next year.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It is tough to complete pass against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. There, the defense won the battle.
Ah, damn, I think I shot my butt.
Deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. He was looking for Paul Richardson there, and it's 3rd down.
That certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Winston, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Darren Lee drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. This is taken at the 18.
Hey, who was that number? Oh, that's Tyreek Hill. All right, come on, D.
A good return there, 17 yards. It's Chiefs football, 1st and 10.
Is that Tyreek Hill real number?
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. Maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was really easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. On 2nd and 9, Mahomes.
Yeah, he's going to shit out of him. Yeah, I can't press with this thing. I see that. I know you had to beat by 20 yards. Yeah, this is about to get bad.
64 yards.
We're supposed to lose 100%
Chiefs are
this
able to
game.
extend their lead. Now, first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one
down
team is
24
pressing
in the first
and
quarter.
that team can't get the ball
Yeah,
over half court. I mean, they're stealing it and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over them.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. Normally I'm the one preaching patience. Yeah. You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by it.
And Winston,
what the fuck is that?
and it's picked up by the Chiefs.
I never even seen that
And
shit
he will
before.
score. Touchdown, Kansas City.
What the hell was that? Oh, that's a touchdown?
So this defense clicking early in the year, week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The Chiefs' offense about set to begin this drive. The ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Throwing now is Mahomes. Being chased out
I
left.
should have been a set.
Incomplete.
Well, my initial thought was that maybe he was just trying to blindly throw this one away, and maybe he was. But he's going to get away with it because as he tried to throw it over the left sideline there's a receiver right there in the area. So no grounding call.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He's going to air one out.
Damn,
And that's
play that.
caught inside the 35.
He got somebody wide open every time.
And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
I'm losing 31 to 0 for the first quarter, man. This is bad.
As his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to it. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
So you got to get something going on out there. Okay, do shit. He's just fucking blitzing all day.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. Let's see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Jameis to throw it. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run it with West. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Looking to throw on second down. Winston. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguars touchdown.
That boy monster again. It's crazy.
63 yards.
Alright,
As his guys are on the board here in this
like
first quarter. Point after by Lambo, up and good.
I see what he
And
can
that
do
will
on
cut this
defense.
lead
I
down
can't
to
man
25.
up. I can't cover two.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
Let's score your shit. So you do a pick six.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
First play of the drive there is incomplete.
Touchdowns in the first quarter with Patrick Mahomes.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now here's Mahomes. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports.
I can't even man up for shit.
On first down. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Nobody on offense making plays.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And this is incomplete.
Well, I like that.
Everybody
right
else
there.
was
Not only was it the
fucking
right
Mahomes.
play, throwing it away like that.
I'd have about
Frankly, I
5
think it was
seconds.
the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket,
I'm
realized
on
he had
D-line
nothing, just chucked it free.
right?
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
There we go. Get a stop.
My man, old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
Nah, don't let it go through one.
Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On the toss, there goes West. Oh, he's got some breathing room.
Oh, that's Devin Bush. Damn, that was anybody but Devin Bush.
And a first down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific off-season. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
2 times.
First down, Winston. And this one into the hands of DJ Sharp. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
Yeah, keep going to quick.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's West. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, Winston. He's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Darren Lee picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Go, go, go. Hey,
he might have had a blitz coming.
Kill.
They're indeed going. It's Winston.
And
the pressure gets to him again. Darren Lee and the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position.
Let's get this. I'm here all day.
I'm gonna end up kicking this nigga out.
Mahomes now on 1st down. And he's got his receiver.
I think he got pinched up every fucking play.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs 1st down. Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the former 1st-round pick, DJ Hayden. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense or maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit. Play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
So barely time to catch your breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. This is West. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. Give him maybe a yard. Quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A 23-yard run. And the Jaguars make some inroads here on that deficit. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
It's gonna bounce off your forehead.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no? You just throw the ball popped in the air and intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now West. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of
Shit lame, bro. You can easily stop it.
alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down, it's West. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
I don't know what the hell. I just seen the YouTube thing and it got like his dog in there or some shit. Like, what the fuck is that?
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Now this is Callaway on the receiving end. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. They'll run on 1st down. West. And he'll keep it moving down the 15-yard line. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now Winston.
Oh, they got it. I tried to get it with that shit again.
Picked off at the 12. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Let's do this.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL.
Do it.
There's never enough.
Who else going for a ride,
because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield, try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half.
And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line.
Let's go, Josh.
Another timeout called for by the offense. As the clock's going to stop
playing a little
with
better on
47
D
seconds to go in half number 1. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Flush to his right.
He's
going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Colquitt on the kick as he sends it away. On the return, it's James. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get into field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you call multiple plays because you're going to say, this is how we're going to run them in order, guys. You don't have time for audibles. You don't have time to change anything. You're trying to get the ball in position to at least get 3. They've got a great shot to do it right here.
To throw again on 2nd down. Winston setting up the screen for West. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. The last catch nearly got them a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert On 3rd and inches.
Check. Fresno. Check. Check out, Check.
To throw, Winston. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
I need some better receivers. I'm going to work on this team. I'm going to get these boys right. Get them right, boy.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
All right, let's see what we do on offense, man. Let's do something.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
Watch the twist.
Winston now to throw on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The sack comes from Anthony Hitchens.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays.
Max 50, Max 50, Max 50, easy. 5 on the 50, 5 on the 50, 5 on the 50. He don't want it.
Now Winston. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down.
No, they
say
he was out of bounds.
So a big call there, that brings up 4th. Here's Logan
bullshit.
as he'll run it away for the second time. Watch out for Hill on the return. 51 yards on the punt there. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
I see you can't play man this shit like I want to.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Hey, Josh Allen out there stopping the run. Good shit.
And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. He can run for it, and he will.
Yeah, I played him with like
if
I get my team better, I'm fucking this dude up again. Fucking up just like I did a good
line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Mahomes going to throw, and this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
We've been locking him up. He scored 32 points in the first quarter. He
Defense, when you can sit back and see the
once
ball
I stop
coming out of the
manning
quarterback's
up,
hands,
switch to my zone
guess
and
what?
shit.
Creates a lot of confusion.
Next time I play Clark, too,
in the
next
middle
time I
of the
play
field
him.
where you can go make a play on the football.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Mahomes now to throw.
Get him,
It's
Terry.
Hill, complete. And he'll be
Got
taken
Terry
down,
Nicholson
but
on
not
fucking
before it
Tyreek
gets
Hill.
into enemy territory. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes.
Damn.
And this is caught inside the 15.
He can't take nobody.
A big play there, Mahomes to Watkins. And even 40 yards.
He probably won that bit.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They come up in an offset eye. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. The give, running right, it's Irvin.
All right, good talk.
Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, put a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Come on, the ball, hard. 58, boys, 58. 58, it's Mike. 15.
And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They held them out on 2nd down, and now here's 3rd and goal. They'll run it. This is Irvin. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Andy Reid never one to shy away from taking chances. He'll go for 2. They'll try and run it up the middle. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Defensively, certainly not fooled there. Play started at the 2, and he was tackled at the 2.
That has to feel good for them. Not happy about having given up the touchdown, but stopping the 2-point conversion gives them a little bit of a lift as they head to the bench.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
You ready? You ready? Shit! Jam! Green, everything! Let's go!
Working out of the gun, Winston.
Oh, I should
coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Oh, damn, I fucked up.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
I was running this shit.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball
Wow,
downfield.
he had too
This
much
shot
time, though.
downfield on second down
Yeah,
is
way too
brought
much
in.
time.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns as his guys continue to pour it on. They're going to keep it on the ground. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more.
He got better. I don't know, I guess
After the touchdown, here's
he got
Tucker
experience.
to kick it away.
They did get experience, though. He learned from his mistake. Learn what he can do next game.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Yeah.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Yeah,
They
he got
to
me
dig down
46,
deep. They need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This
I ain't tripping. I'm like, shit.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half.
I've been
Okay, because I think what we were seeing is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and the head coach coming in and just screaming.
My next game, so I can learn what we need to do.
Guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there halftime.
So these niggas how to take an ass with
Turned it on us too.
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said
I'm about to
hasn't
put on
been
2
working.
o'clock now.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On third down, Winston. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now.
I've been waiting. I hit him so last night, and I hit him up today. That was a motherfucker. He was in gridiron there, drunk Jim, always complaining because he couldn't get a game.
Very good
like
return
last time
there.
trying
Give
to
him
play
an even
using
20
bullshit.
yards. And that will come to offense as they take over.
I ain't trying to get no fourth win and that shit.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row.
I took the Eagles, dude. I hit him up yesterday.
The starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead, and in each instance,
and he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Trevor Williams with a pick, and a big turnover as his guys will get the football back.
That's it. I know he active though, so he should be able to get
The
the game.
Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit, he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm. A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch left, watch left. He's targeted.
Here's Winston. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. The Jaguars on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. He gets West underneath. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a 1st down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure.
That his pass is intercepted for the 4th
time
today.
fucking me up.
It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he will score.
I did some playmakers rolling off. Fucking DJ Sharp. Great, but you don't even know.
Defensively, they had their way in this one. That pick six makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
This game got 5 minutes left. I bet if I tell them to add this shit, we might fucking finish it out.
A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
It started like I was going to lose 100%. We tried to fight a little bit.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
17, guys. Check them out.
A quick throw complete to Chark. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Let's try this. I don't think I played him before.
To throw is Winston.
Oh,
and now here is
Tyrann
another
Matthew fucking me up.
Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Matthew. And he
Man, this fucking, I'm losing 60-14. Yeah,
he tried to get something going there with a little toss behind the line of scrimmage. Unsuccessful.
How about the athleticism of the coverage, though? Being able to dance with him coming out of the backfield.
And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line.
I know we could sit up here and dance around.
I give him a GG. He switched it up at the end. I give him that. He stopped taking pitch buck. He found another play like that.
There's no doubt,
well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your
plays
chair and you
again.
were...
Winston playing exactly like Winston.
Yeah, I don't think you just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay. Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Nice job by the defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. On 2nd and 9, Winston is going to fire one, and that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain there of 30 big ones. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Winston, nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sack back at the 29. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 11. Here's Winston. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks.
That was Tyrann Matthew all over the goddamn field, man. Damn.
It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Matthew.
Tyrann
and a
Matthew
big
is
turnover
crazy.
there as his guys will get the football back. And give him now 4 interceptions in this game. That's only the 3rd time this has been done since the year 2000.
I think that tells you how much better teams have gotten at throwing the football. If you go all the way back to 1960, 12 times before that, there have been guys who got 4 interceptions or more in a game. I mean, most recently, since 2000, Delta O'Neal and D'Angelo.
So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. On 2nd down and 4, Mahomes. He's got a 1st down and more past the 30. And finally down at the 41-yard line. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
44 is the mic. 44 is the mic. Check. Pick me up. Here we go.
Mahomes going to throw it here. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side.
Jordan.
And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
58 is the mic.
Now here's Mahomes.
Oh, good deal.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
That's like a 5 minute play.
There's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Sliding out of the pocket.
Oh, damn, yeah, he shut down. He burned. Oh, that's see, I gotta play that zone with him.
Another touchdown.
This
thing is ugly.
Yeah, Harmon went ham on me. He got
really
like
good performance
5
on the
touchdowns.
road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving against a tough opponent?
Little work still to do, though.
Well, partner, since this new 2-point rule came into play, offenses spend a lot more time working on it. That means the defenses are doing the exact same thing.
This will be taken in at the 1.
Well, it happens like everybody started coming in, and it was just like 4 people, 5
down
people.
at the 28-yard line.
You got like 8 niggas.
They're on to the 4th quarter now, by the way, at Bank of America Stadium in Carolina. And the Panthers have extended their lead. A win would be their 2nd on the young season. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That one complete. He finds Sharp. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Winston now from the 50. Now a desperation. Oh, wide open. Complete.
Oh, he wanted the ball back. That's what that was.
Too
He
little,
wanted the
too
ball
late.
back.
But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. As they make the
21
score
made it
just a
little.
slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. And that'll carry over the
Like, I understand giving him a home to Kurt, but that cross-body throw, his fucking body. Oh, shit.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point.
Get him. Nah, how you get the ball off? That was a bullshit. I swear, that was anybody with my home would be getting fucked up. I see Josh Allen out there making plays. What the fuck is Oliver at? And Oliver quiet. Like your head, Oliver.
Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. They're going deep.
Oh, come on, get that. Oh, let's go, Herndon. Okay, I should be picking that out again.
Picked off inside the 10.
Come on, Charles, get over for me.
One last shot now for Winston.
Come on, Charles, muscle.
Let it fly.
There you go. Come on, keep going. Let's go,
There
Charles.
he goes, left side. And a little bit
Let's
of a
fucking go,
consolation prize there. He's into the
I
end
don't
zone.
care, I lost. Boy, Chuck got
Game,
a
but they
monster
do get the
nigga.
score
Okay, Chuck.
with all
That's
zero
what I need
shown.
from you, baby.
Some fantasy players are really happy
We
with
getting
that
this
score.
DG.
Doesn't affect the outcome, but hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play, but still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is set and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah.
It's silly. It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained
That boy
before.
DJ Muggs. I got my ass beat though. 64-27.
Was done.
They had Mahomes and
So for
Hartman and
Kansas
Hill
City,
going hams
it's a
on me.
fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Oakland to take on the Raiders.
I'm talking to
Meanwhile,
nigga
for the
damn straight
Jaguars,
shit. Okay.
they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans.
Hey man, you know how they giving niggas damn trades that be stay in the game and get their ass with this shit. I'm about to give me one.
And our entire crew
Give
We'll
myself
catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Nah. The DJ Chalk did the same, though. 8 catches, 140, 2 touchdowns. I want to see if I can see that. Damn. Moss and Hardman both had 230 yards and 3 touchdowns. Like, Hill and Hardman is fucking crazy, man. God damn. And Lee. Tyrann Matthew.
I thought I should on the way, bro. Come on, man.
That boy Tyrann Matthews on my head. Oh, let me see if I can see that. I want to see that last one. Can I see that one with DJ Chalk, man? Oh yeah, let me see this shit. Let's go, DJ. He mossed the shit out of that nigga, boy. Yeah, caught it. Alright, DJ. Quality was good. Fuck it. Alright, I assume these that took ass whooping though, man. I got my ass whooped. I ain't tripped.